And welcome back to the show, and say hello to the one-man wrecking crew by the name of Brock Lesnar, who is going back in the ring to take part in a mixed martial arts extravaganza on June the 2nd at the Coliseum in Los Angeles. Brock, you just can't sit still for long now, can you?
No, always moving, I guess.
That's an understatement. Now, we've seen you over the years as an NCAA wrestling champ, a World Wrestling Professional champ, an NFL workout, back to Japan for more wrestling, and now mixed martial arts. What in the world are we talking about here?
I can go where the money is.
Well, nothing wrong with that. But you know what you're doing in the ring. This is not like a Vince McMahon orchestrated situation here. This is the real deal sort of stuff here, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's June 2nd. I've been training for a year. For this, and it's an opportunity for me to take my amateur wrestling roots and combine it with jiu-jitsu and boxing and to get in the ring and to beat somebody up, hopefully, instead of going down to First Ave
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I'm sure.
Without getting the cops involved or anything like that.
I'm sure that's a problem for you. This event is going to be on Showtime pay-per-view, and there's enough interest in this sport, I guess, to justify that. It really is something. We have some tape of you training here earlier this week. Tell us where this is taking place and what you're working on.
Yeah, this is the Minnesota Martial Arts Academy, and I'm just working on my stand-up game with shots with. Combinations with takedowns and learning to slip punches and to throw punches and to basically set up my takedown.
Now you're wearing what, 8-ounce gloves? Is that what you're going to be wearing in the ring?
8-ounce gloves.
And what?
Open hand.
So what? Everything's just allowed except for, you talked about the other day, some elbows, knees to the groin. I mean, basically almost anything else goes.
Yeah. I'll be fighting 5-minute rounds against a guy from South Korea. We don't have a lot in common. He's a lot taller than I am, but he does have a bigger head than I do.
That's impossible. Well, I mean, is this something? I mean, obviously the money's got to be good. At the same time, you've honed your skills back with the University of Minnesota as a wrestler. But this is altogether another thing. Guys have been doing this. They've usually been training this for a year, but guys have been working on this for 10, 12 years.
Yeah, I don't know how long he's been at it. He's got 20 kickboxing fights in. And I just don't think that he's going to be ready for my wrestling, and hopefully ready for my hands. I do believe.
Well, it's interesting. Also fighting in this card is a former NFL wide receiver, Johnny Morton. Here's your guy, 7'2" South Korean giant. I think his name is Hongman Choi, a.k.a. Techno Goliath. Look at this guy.
He's a big dude. Yep. Look at the head on him, though. I mean, that's a big-ass target. Big target. Excuse me. The kid should be in bed by now, aren't they?
Absolutely. Now, do you have nightmares looking at this guy and tape of this guy?
Yeah. I got all this footage. I've seen it all,
So when you look at his...
All of these fights...
Look at this!
All of these fights are fights of him kickboxing and with much smaller opponents He just looks like a big old goof to me.
So the strategy for you would be to get inside there a little bit and take advantage of your wrestling skills to get him down on the mat. You feel you'd have a big advantage at that point?
Absolutely. That's what I'm looking for and hoping for. Yeah, I'm looking to end this fight rather quickly.
So is this going to be like a one-hit wonder for you? You're going to try to do this?
I don't think so. I think it's for me. I'll get through this one. I really haven't given much thought to post June 2nd.
Right.
And I do have a one-fight deal with this company, a company called K1, who is back in the fight, K1 FEG, and the show is called K1 Dynamite USA, and it's June 2nd. I've been training for a year for this thing, and I'm just so ready for this thing to come and for me to get in the ring.
Now, I don't know what you can or can't say about your WWE experience because we have some video here, but I mean, I know it wasn't exactly the smooth parting of the ways, but are you allowed to say much about your parting of the ways or what happened with all that, or are you soon not even going to get into this stuff?
It's something. It was a job choice. That for me, I enjoyed being in the ring. I really enjoyed being in the wrestling ring, and all the other stuff. It was time for me to switch jobs.
Yeah. Are the personalities still as strong as ever with the young demographic that watches this stuff on TV? I mean, is it still as strong as ever?
I have no idea. Honestly, I keep up a little bit, but mixed martial arts is really coming in strong. I mean, the TV now, everything, everything is just getting so violent.
He says with a smile on his face. Let's go back to one other of your career choices. The summer of 2004. I'm going down to Mankato, and lo and behold,
There I am.
here he is.
Don't touch me like that, okay? I'm just kidding.
Really. Free agent tryout with the Vikings. You created quite a media buzz for a couple of
Look
weeks.
at that.
And what do you? Were you
Look at that.
like a fish out of water? You hadn't played football since your senior year at
Man.
Webster High School in South Dakota.
I look good in that uniform, though. I do.
But
I do.
Could you have imagined under any circumstances making it in the NFL?
Well, it was a shot that I wanted to do, and I really thank the Vikings organization for allowing me to get my hands dirty at least.
You get in a fight here. I mean, what is-
No, look at that. See, he pushed me off of him, and next thing you know, look at that. Look at how agile I am. Back on top again. Look at it.
But overall,
See that?
it was a pretty good experience for
It
you.
was. I tell you, life is too short, and I just wanted to give it a shot, and I really feel comfortable with what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
You know, for one, I don't know how many fights I'm going to do. I'm training, I'm loving it, and
Having a good time.
and, yeah.
Your protege at the University of Minnesota, NCAA heavyweight champ Cole Conrad, was shocked to find out that he got invited to the New York Jets free agent rookie camp this past week. And I saw an article on him in the New York Times today. In fact, I showed you the picture of him.
Absolutely.
Were you
Look
surprised to find out? Because you talked to Cole.
No, I've worked out with Cole a bunch this past winter, and I wouldn't say University of Minnesota. I haven't had a lot of hands-on with Cole. I've worked out with him a few times, probably at least under 10. The guy's a mammoth. He's an athlete, and what a great opportunity for him to. I mean, he actually gets a phone call to say, "Hey, we want to see if you're a football player." Me, I leave wrestling and go knocking on doors and seeing
Right.
it. Is anybody? I'm looking for a job.
Well, it's interesting that Jets head coach Eric Mangini watched Steve Neal, who was a world-class wrestler, become a solid guard for the New England Patriots. Conrad's trying out as an offensive lineman. Maybe you got the wrong advice. Maybe you should have been an offensive lineman instead of defensive lineman. Maybe Mike Morris told you to do that.
Yeah, where is that clown?
I don't know what he's doing.
I'm happy with my life. Where
Yeah.
you come to forks in the road throughout your life, and everything is. There's so many times when I've made right turns, and there's very few that I've made left turns.
Hey, you made the best turn right over there with your wife
There's
sitting right over
yeah.
there.
By the way, happy Mother's Day, Mom. I love you, and
Yeah.
your pancakes were awesome this morning. And but
Hey, it's good.
I've made a few right choices
You
in
have,
my
Rob.
life, and some wrongs, but I've learned from them.
That's all that matters.
You know?
That's all any of us can do. Rod.
Exactly.
Appreciate you coming down tonight.
Thanks a lot.
My pleasure. We'll see you.
June 2nd, LA Coliseum.
We'll be
Watch
there.
me on pay-per-view.
All right. We'll do that. We'll be at Morris's
right.
house. Come on over to Mike Morris's house. Still to come tonight on Rosen Sports Sunday. We're going fishing on Lake Mille Lacs with Mike Max for this weekend's opener.
I didn't even drown a worm this week.
You didn't, did you?
No.
We'll be right back.